Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Thursday night. We're almost into Friday. I want to talk about several things. I want to talk about how Paris is burning. Got a little issue over there. I'll talk about that. Going to talk about the three things, a big triple threat right now that is bearing down on Americans. And you could say actually all of North America. So the three-headed monster there that is really hitting us right now. I'm going to talk about that. And I've been hearing from a lot of folks who have experienced unemployment or layoffs right now, or you just got laid off, or you're about to face it. I'm going to give some advice, just some short list of really good advice, I believe, for those of you who are facing this. I've worked in the employment industry for a long time. I spent many years as a job coach, as a recruiter. So I've been in that business for quite a while on both sides of the table, as one who was conducting interviews and going and other jobs, going on interviews myself. So I've done plenty of it. But anyway, I'll get to that. And also, I have a really good verse I will share as always. But first, Paris, France. And I didn't really realize the magnitude of these protests until really yesterday and then today, but they're growing. And if you didn't know already, there's a big uprising right now because of their president forced through this reform, this pension reform, raising the retirement age. And yeah, the people are pissed. They should be. America, take note. But what I was reading today, of course, you can't find this much. You got to really dig for it as far as American media. You got to go international to find this, which is a dang shame. But anyway, they're saying that yeah, chaos in the streets. It's a nationwide thing, but they're really concentrating a lot on Paris, of course, the capital. They estimated up to 800,000 people, protesters, are marching through the capital, demonstrating again against pension reform, raising the retirement age. I forget the exact, but they're raising it up several years. They had 5,000 police officers out there trying to restore order. It's not working. This thing is growing. The protesters are throwing stuff at the right back at the police. Everything from rocks, stones, fireworks, lighting fires. The anger is rising. And the kicker is that King Charles and what's her name, Camilla, are scheduled to be there this weekend for a 3-day trip. Supposed to have a nice little banquet out there at the Palace of Versailles. I'm probably not saying that right, Versailles, which is ironically where Marie Antoinette spent her time before her end. How ironic. And it's been, the people have told the king and his court that if you come there, if you come to Paris and have this little banquet there, you're going to be a target. You're going to be targeted. So, out of caution, they have moved that little party elsewhere. Yeah, how about that now? How about them apples? Hmm. I think it's very interesting. Again, is America watching? Liberty, liberty, yes. But are we watching? Are we paying attention? Are Americans paying attention? Sadly, I don't think so. I don't think so. Would that happen here if we had similar and bet the farm? Okay, as sure as the sun is going to rise in the morning, they're going to try that here. I guarantee you. I don't know about Canada, but in the United States, they're going to try raising. I don't care what party's in control. They're going to try raising the retirement age, and they're going to phase out or do something with Social Security. You bet it's going to happen. And sadly, I think nothing. I just don't know if there will even be a response from the people. I really don't. There'll be a response, but Um, I think it'll be ineffective. I know that's being pessimistic, and that's sad. However, however, when your back's against the wall and you got nothing to lose, you got nothing to lose. That's a different situation. That's not being comfortable. That's totally different. So I think the jury's out. You know, what would be the reaction here? I don't know. To me, that's a red line. This is definitely a red line for me. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be going somewhere. You can guarantee that. A lot of people are talking about what's the next crisis. We've got one right now. Well, we got several. You got a three-headed storm going on right now. You got rising interest rates. You've got ever rising inflation despite the rising interest rates. And you've got rising unemployment, layoffs. Interest rates keep going up. Went up yesterday. It'll keep going up. They'll keep going up because they think it's going to fight inflation. They want to bring that number down. You name it, it's up. Homes, autos, food, eggs, Coca-Cola, water, bottled water, baking soda, just about anything. It's all going up. I'd say it's somewhere between double and triple when we look at our grocery bill from a couple of years ago or even a year ago. Easily, easily that much. So inflation's not stopping, at least not yet. Plus, so you got rising interest rates, so the cost to borrow money is going way up. I don't know, like I said yesterday, I don't know how people do it. Then you got on top of that inflation, and on top of that, you got layoffs. So now you may not even have a job. What are you going to do? So you're unemployed. I'm hearing from a lot of folks. I'm getting messages, I'm getting emails. Dog, we're devastated. Yes, it is devastating. My advice, I'm going to give just from my point of view, of course, this may not be for everybody, for what I'm going to say, but um, if you are laid off, let go, whatever you want to call it, in most states, they don't even have to give you a reason. But there's a couple of things, just straight up. I mean, I would say that if you are eligible, it depends on the state, but it depends on how long you work there, but you may be eligible for unemployment benefits. That's the very first thing I would do on day one, the day after you are laid off or let go. Go to the unemployment, go to the employment office, uh, whatever they call it in your state, and see if you can qualify, see if you can register for that. You're going to say, well, dog, that ain't much money. It's better than zero. It'll at least help you while you're looking for something else. Okay. So I highly recommend that. Now, if you are only working for a short time there, you may not be eligible, but definitely check on it just to make sure. Okay. Uh, Tell everyone, and I know, don't think about the stigma of being unemployment. We've all dealt with it, all of us. If you haven't, if you say you haven't, I'd say 99% people have, you know. So tell everyone, network, network, network. That is the main thing. Tell people that you're looking for work, you're changing jobs, in between jobs, whatever you want to call it, because you never know who they know is hiring or needs help. So, and it is, I would say at least 80, the statistics I've read before, at least 80% of people find jobs through people they know or networking, not finding them through Indeed.com. Now, Indeed.com, those kind of things that's a tool, okay? It's a tool in the toolbox, all right? But networking is your number one weapon on that, all right? Family, friends, church, former coworkers, supervisors you've worked for in the past. That's why it's so important to have these relationships and develop them and keep them. That bridge, you might have to cross that bridge again. You might be there now. All right. Now, another thing is we're in the spring season right now. And no matter what industry you've been in, spring, summer, places like the home improvement stores are ramping up. They're hiring. They've probably been hiring all year the way things have gone here lately. But traditionally, this is the time of the year when they're really ramping up. Your Home Depot, your Lowe's, Tractor Supply, even places like Sam's, Costco, those kind of places, they pay pretty well. And check them out. I know that work's not for everybody, but you never know. I mean, you're gonna say, well, dog, I don't know, all these tools. Well, you could be in the garden department or something like that, something different. You never know. Customer service. Landscapers are always looking for people, especially this time of the year. They're ramping up, and you can make some decent money doing that. Truck drivers are driving a bus, driving a van. I see a lot of help wanted for that. I know, don't laugh at this next one. Poultry plants. If there's a poultry plant near you, I know the work is not, I know the work is not the best. I get it. But they typically pay well. All right. And there's a lot of different things that they need done in those poultry plants. All right. I know a guy, seriously, I have a client, y'all, works in a poultry plant. He does, I'd say every other week he does overtime, sometimes every week. He does 60 hours. So he's doing 20 hours overtime. This guy makes over $1,000 a week in a poultry plant, slinging chickens. And I don't think he even does that. He's doing something else, like on an electric pallet jack. He's just like in the warehouse part now because he's been there a while and he's worked his way to different areas. So something to think about. Okay. All right. If you have a tow truck, you might want to look into being a repossession. I know that's kind of a dangerous thing, but that's kind of on the outer edge there. I know. But repo men are probably in great demand right now, unfortunately. But there's other things. I mean, look at your talent, look at what you've done, look at your strengths, and it needs to be something you kind of have some enjoyment in too, as well. All right. Okay, I've gone on about that. I hope that was some kind of help. Double down on your preps: food, water, rice, beans, honey, sugar, salt, over the counter medications, cleaning supplies, personal protection supplies. You know what I mean there. Okay, a good verse. If you're still with me, I really appreciate it. Um, the verse for today is 1 John chapter 2, verse 17 says, the world and its desires pass away, but whoever does the will of God lives forever. Amen. Isn't that the truth? This world and its desires will pass away, man, every day. So if you're invested in the worldly things only, you'll be disappointed, and it doesn't last. It's only temporary. But investing in the Lord, following Jesus, that is forever, and you will live forever. How about that? You can't top that. You can't beat that. And what a great day that will be. Can you imagine? All right. Share your thoughts. Take care. God bless you. I'll see you soon.